When you boot up Trackmania for the very first time, one of the first tabs you're going to see is the training tab. And you might think that you should hop in here before you go to the real tracks to learn the mechanics and learn some things about how the game works and then, you know, contest medals on the real maps. But if you play these, you will learn next to absolutely nothing, as these maps don't really teach you how to play the game at all. There's a player who claims to have done this format better and might hopefully be a better place to start in the better training campaign. I don't know if this is better. It's my first time seeing it. I haven't played any of the maps. Now, regardless if this is better or not, I think Nadeo should. Like, it's desperately time that they update the training campaign. Like, please, Nadeo. There are so many new players, and they just are introduced with the absolute worst tutorial in any game. The maps don't have to be like tutorial levels, I don't think, either. I think good training maps should have target times that are quite difficult and should reward you for doing the tricks within them that are required to get to that target time. So here, you have to reduce airtime and you have to get a precise turn to get under 5.9. If you drive a bit of a wider line around the start here, and if you get airtime, for example, then this is not going to be fast enough. I think that's good. I just think it probably should have a GPS. I like the turn here lines though. I wonder if this person added that for maps that have like a very precise 180 turn, because that seems to line up really well. Anyway, map 2. Map 01, well, I wasn't expecting much. It's the first thing you're gonna see. Map 02, maybe it has a bit more dynamics. So here you have a cruise control. Yuck. That's gonna be very slow. That's gonna just take me to the finish. So clearly there's a theme going on, which is, what if you slow down and take the hill? This feels like just a little bit like Dora the Explorer Trackmania crossover, where how can I get more speed? And then, well, if you do that, you get more speed. Still not 875, but that is a better downhill and enough speed to beat the medal. And I think the world records do this as well, just even more cleanly. Yeah, 160, and then of course you don't care about the slide out because it's cruise control. If you haven't played Trackmania before, you can maybe see if you figure out the themes on each map, like what you think would have to be done. A very basic run here gets me to the finish. Already beats the auto time. I think they just wanted to show the snow car. Mind you, the official training campaign in the game doesn't show the snow car, the rally car, or the desert car. It doesn't show plastic. It barely features flat ice and things like that, because a lot of things have been added after this campaign was made. That campaign was made in July 2020, so there's tons of new things. Moving blocks, etc, etc. Better training 04. Okay, no drifts yet, but this is going to teach you cornering. So you have first an uphill, and then, well, a corner where you're going to go too wide if you don't hit the right apex. Next one, I think we're going to go through these first ones a bit quickly, just to see where, you know, you learn more of the game's dynamics. So you have ice here, or bobsleigh rather, and I am curious what level this is going to be driven at. Let me drive it as if I was new. This might not look like new gameplay at all. But how strong is this medal going to be? I'm very curious. Okay. So surviving the turns is not enough, essentially. Here, I think if you want to, like, if Nadeo actually want to teach players bobsleigh, for example, they are going to have to teach them about smooth steering / action keys. I just gained 0.8 on that, and it is much in part to action keys. Better training 06. Ooh, an ice slide, okay. Again, I like it, and I like that the author time is very forgiving on this one. This is, I think, a better way to learn ice than the official ice training map, which has 2 turns. Having just 1 to begin with feels nice, but this is the least intuitive thing in the entire game, is that to get around this turn, I have to first steer right and then tap brake. Brake is my button to steer the car more. doesn't make a lot of sense. It needs to be explained. It definitely needs to be explained better. What do we have here? A rally car. Uh-oh. There should be a warning or a setting that just if you want it, anytime you enter rally car, it puts you in action key 3. Because this car, when you full steer, compared to action key 3, is just so uncontrollable. And if I do action key 3 now, it's gonna be a lot smoother maybe. Although actually, maybe not sharp enough around the turns. It should also be said that these cars, the rally car and the snow car, are better on analog steering devices than just keyboard. So if you want to play these cars a lot, then consider playing on an analog device. But yeah, I think they just want to introduce the car. Let's go to the next map, 08. Is it going to be a downhill map? It doesn't need to be, in my opinion. Here we have Castle Dirt. Okay. It's not a style that you're going to see too much as. Here you learn a lot that no sliding is faster, and I think for a proper good time, you can actually... Yeah, you can no slide this entire uphill, wow. So this is a really good map, I think. Like, this is more what I want. Where here you can first try to drive and not get bumps and not get airtime and all your fundamentals, right? This is what you learn first to do, and then you can add the Trackmania spice. Trying to no slide through here, then action key 4 and no sliding up the hill. You learn to crawl, and then you learn to walk, and then you learn to run, and then you learn to sprint. Because now there's a lot of things going on. Now there is the fact that you don't want to slide at under 200 speed, principle in Trackmania, and not steer when the car hits 150 speed, 160, when it changes from second to third gear. Okay, 0.4. I want to see if I can get a really good display of how much this matters. With full grip and taking the sharpest turn it can without sliding out. Just like so. And at the end there, you can even add another small one for extra gains. Still a bit to go for world record, but this is what you would have to do for a good time here. And I love that you can go in like incremental steps. Mapped. Oh, here we have a full speed type map. No cam change for this wall ride. Okay. So at least you have speed sliding here in some way, but I think it needs to be even simpler than this. But since this is a educational type video, what speed sliding is that when the car is going at over 400 speed, if you make the skid marks behind the car overlap ever so slightly, then you gain speed. This is a speed slide. So there, the skid marks behind the car are overlapping, and when they do, the car accelerates faster. But it's not just overlapping that you want to do, you want to overlap at a certain angle. And the angle changes depending on your speed. And also at the end here, I think the mapper tried to add a dirt wall ride to show that that is faster. It's kind of a fun map. What I would need to improve is to get that second speed slide much earlier. So you full steer until the car starts to slide, and you have to know this by feeling. And then when that happens, you instantly let go, and then you start. Well, for keyboard it would be tapping, for controller it's smooth steering, and it's different for each speed. Some of it is just feeling. Yeah, I think for a full speed training map, initiating the second speed slide has to be easier than what it is. Part of the difficulty of speed slides is the overlap itself. That's where you should gain speed, not the initiation. $12.10 with an earlier speed slide there. Still want to squeeze a bit more, guys. This is more from me than for practice, really. Just because I find it fun. This should be it. Oh, yeah, I felt it. That was good. So I think if you look at the skid marks behind the car, you want at 600 speed a little bit over 50% overlap. I got 643 here, good speed. And cruise to the finish. So we beat AAABXQ, who had a very different line. Just going on my intuition here, and seems like his line was better. So maybe that early magnet thing I was doing wasn't that good, because he goes very late. 620, but then gets an early setup here. Yeah, this is probably better. Wow. It's a little bit of a steal. But okay, let's go to the next map. Plastic for the first time. Oh dear, what a start. Talk about throwing you right into it. I actually like that though. Like, it's not, you have no time to really do anything else than just notice, oh, going a bit to the right and reducing airtime is faster. And then probably reducing airtime towards the finish as well. On plastic, it's a lot like dirt, except way more slippery, and you have to be a lot more gentle with your steering. In this entire map, I'm driving an action key 2. Not that you have to. You shouldn't really use the action key so much on plastic, I don't think. But on this map, it happens to work really well because you're no sliding for most of it and speed sliding in the uphill. Like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna hunt this. Here we have wood. Which is the most responsive surface in the game. And a surface that you can use action keys a lot more than on any other. If you want to have a better time, easier time driving. So again, about reducing our time, like most things Trackmania, and then that last bit, being able to balance past without losing grip. And getting to the finish. I didn't feel like I did it properly, and I still got an okay time. It is impressive that people full speed this. I don't see. What? They all cut. All the top times are shortcut. I was like, how are they full speeding it? You know what? This is what teachers say. When they say that you cheat on a test, you're only cheating yourself. People who skip the wood don't know how to drive wood, and then, I mean, you do get ahead temporarily, but next time wood comes up, you're clueless. But I like this. I think wood should be in the next training campaign, if there's the next one. That is quite good. Again, another car. Is this... It's gonna be the rally car. Okay. Possibly the least like these cars. Good pillar. Couldn't see where the road was. Pillar marks the road. That's also good mapping. Point it out when you see it. Pillar here also marks where the road starts. But this map again, and the rally car in general, action key 3 usually on keyboard. Smooth steer if you're analog player. Maybe action key 2 on the grass there to not slide out. Oh, I actually love this map on joystick, I think. Not so intense, and you're just getting to perfect your smooth steering. Ooh, would there be a small shortcut there though? That's different from the wood one. If that works, that's very different. I'd be surprised if the others haven't done this though. This looks very obvious. There you go. Okay, I knew it was possible. Now I'm very curious if they did it too. Well, let's find out. Or if we were the cheaters this time. Looks like quite equal to the previous record, although he went very wide. I'm still doing somewhat of a skip, just not as drastic as mine. Mine would actually be a lot faster, I think, if I just kept going with the turn. Because I had so much space here to do somewhat similar to what they did. Yeah, I'm the only one that really like jumped across. This looks to be an ice map, just based on the names. But maybe it has something else to learn. More advanced ice than before. Ooh. Okay, huge drop down. into a continued ice slide, but also I think ice speed sliding. And what that is just ice sliding at a very shallow angle, but that's faster than just staying 90 degrees sideways. This uphill is weird. It's like you don't have to do anything when you land except hold left, even though everything my brain tells me to do something. That's where I'm getting tripped up. That's author time. $15.43. Let's do one more improvement. So ice sliding is already unintuitive, but then when you have to think about what kind of path you want the car to take, that's another level of it. So I know if I go too close on the inside of this turn, I'm not going to go around this tree at the end of it like I want to. And thus I'm not going to get the full inside line up this last hill. And so my idea is that this will be faster. Oh, yeah. So that's also something that, you know, it's cool if a map rewards that too. If you have an idea, like, oh, this racing line should pay off, and then you see it actually happen. That was satisfying. Map 23 here. Got 3 more maps to go. Again, we see air control in the start. So here, making sure to not have airtime is really good, because it builds speed across this entire platform. Oh, and then I think, just seeing that for the first time, you want airtime. If you try to not reduce airtime here, or if you try to reduce airtime, it's going to be slower than if you just go straight. That's also what gives it so much depth, guys. There's always exceptions to every rule. There's times when you have to be very creative to get a fast time, like in a cup of the day, in a campaign, etc. But that's what makes it a lot of fun too. Let's go next. Actually, can I reasonably do that? I feel like maybe I missed something here. I want to check the world record. Okay, no, I can. That was just a better start. Actually, it wasn't. It was an even more airtime line that I didn't see. That's nice. That's a nice find. Reducing airtime is not better than an inside line. It's a cool, cool world record. Map 24 looks like tech, just with this booster. And it is. This should be a release turn, yeah. So tech showing 2 different things. One turn, full speed, or with a drift, the other is a release. Oh, and there's, oh. This is really not bad. This is, I think, a good speed tech map. I think you can full speed that, which is absurd. You can absolutely survive full speed. Oh, now I'm starting to doubt the first one is a drift. Imagine this is just all full speed. That would be insane. Or maybe just a release here. Oh my god, no way. Yes, this is a NASCAR map. I first thought it was tech, but yeah, you just released the first corner. I think this is important to learn too. And I think it's such a cool format to learn it in. Do you have a map that looks like a tech map? It looks like a drifting track, but it's not. Very easy to just let your brain take over and think, oh, I've seen this before, it's tech. And then you have to do these things. Cool, cool. That one, I think, gets to stay in a good training campaign as well. Last map, you kind of want something a bit more epic, but you have... Ooh, you have a Neo Slide map. I am a sucker for these. I love Neo Sliding. And when Virtual TV, if it ever hits 1 million subs, I'm doing a map that has 140,000 turns that are all Neo Slides. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you watch these videos and you like them, you want to see that, then subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe to Virtual TV. Helps a lot. It would be insane to at some point hit 1 million. Here, I kind of want to challenge the world record on the last one. We're only 0.1 away, so I'm not sure yet, but I think you overdrift one and then have a better setup for the next. That's at least a 30. But yeah, I think this is a good mechanic to learn. I don't think it needs to be in an official training campaign. This is more something that if you... It's not like an essential. This is like the next layer beyond that. You've learned the game, you want to take your skill one step further. But if you're gonna build a Neo Slide map, this is how I would do it as well. 2 turns. Okay, 25. Ooh, and I did get a lot more speed on the last there. Nice. Okay, we beat him by 100th. That is the better training campaign. Now, is it better? I would say compared to the official one, absolutely. Is it what a training campaign should be? I think it's lacking a little bit. I'd say about half the tracks where what I would want taught in a training curriculum for a new player. But overall, I'd say it's pretty solid. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. It was fun to try some short tracks for once. Bye-bye.